Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Nostalgia Night. I am Dire Penguin, and we're playing Majesty HD Gold again. This is a game we had up last week on Nostalgia Night. I figure, well, let's do it again. Last week was a tutorial and a super hard mission that we completely bombed on. So I thought we might come back and maybe do one that's a little bit easier, and see if we can't do a little bit better and show off a little bit more of the more advanced gameplay, where you start getting into some of the temples and stuff. But it's Nostalgia Night, we're still going to be kicked back, we're still going to be relaxed, and we're still going to talk about, random stuff. But I wanted to go ahead and do this game one more time, at least on the channel, and then another night we might come back to it with some mod support. I have some other games I want to show on Nostalgia Night, just because this is a chance for me to kick back, have fun, relax, and enjoy being with you guys a lot more than I get to be on the regular videos. So you can see here I've changed it. I've changed the enemy forces down to serpent shrines. We're still going to have some dragons, but I believe it's going to be a lot longer before we see one. And then the wandering monsters I've dramatically turned back from the just swarm of extremely hard monsters down to vermin. We're going to have a lot of vermin coming in, but, with the respawning layers and the super layers, I figure that's going to be balanced. We're still going to start with our Dwarven Stronghold because, again, it's still been a long time since I played this and actually won a regular match. So, let's go ahead and start like this. Alright, welcome back. Now, if you watched our video last week, I don't need to remind you how to play this game, but we're still going to go through a little bit of the basics here, and explain what I'm doing before I start talking about other things. So, I want to get a couple of adventures buildings up really quick, because, well, that's obviously something that we're going to need swiftly. We still have some strong monsters on the map, but we should have more time before they begin to invade us. Now, it's worth noting that we're actually starting in the bottom right-hand corner. Again, I'm not remembering whether these maps are randomly generated or not. I believe they are. I believe that's true. I don't know whether it's picking from a pool of them or whether it's true random, but it's worth noting that it is different every time. All right, let's put the marketplace down, and let's go ahead and put a guardhouse right near it to try to protect it from wandering monsters. Because again, monsters can spawn on the side of the map. I don't think they do right in the beginning nearby you, but we did see that a little bit the last time. I gotta remember to keep hiring heroes because we need a lot right in the beginning before we are well established. We need to have some more turrets, we need to have a lot more heroes before we can say we'll be able to fight off a dragon attack, because there are dragons in this set. They shouldn't appear as soon as they did, because they should have to come from monster lairs, which generally take a lot longer to start spawning monsters, instead of the ones that just come off the side of the map, which is what we had the last time. Okay, so I don't remember what all these buildings did, but let's go ahead and get some wizards. Wizards are great because they give you these spells down here, but it takes some time before the wizards are actually good, especially the heroes. But this building will build itself, so we're going to ignore that, and instead, let's get Agrela. Agrela is just really going to help, because that's that healer. And that's what really helped us when we did that impossible mission, was having some healers on hand to try to keep these guys alive. Because it's not easy keeping these people alive. They're pretty suicidal. Let's go ahead and upgrade these. I know I'm keeping my peasants really busy, and I probably shouldn't be doing this. I probably should go ahead and upgrade the palace so we can start getting some better buildings. What are you fighting? What are you going after? I want to see what type of monster this is. Ah, ruined altar. Okay, now remember, these will respawn, and they're also going to dump more monsters than usual, so he could get overwhelmed very quickly. But this is very good that he's going out. He might die here. But it's very good that he's going out and getting some experience early on, because eventually our town is going to come under attack, and I want some people here that aren't going to just run immediately, because we had a problem with that in some of the past games. Okay, so let's go ahead and make sure we get some of our healers. We started with the level 2 palace. Okay, so that's slightly less of a concern. That's probably why we can actually build a Grela. Now, you don't have to build a Grela. The other ones are also good. But I like going Agrela, but just because it's a safe choice. We won't always do that. I particularly like Fervus, which allows you to get summons, as well as these little cultist guys that will go and they'll cultivate herbs that can be used to create poisons, I believe. What's an outpost do? I'm not sure. Does it tell me? I think this was only in the expansion pack. I don't think that was in the base game. Magic Bazaar, what does that do? Oh, it probably tells me here. Yep. Potions, okay. Which you just don't get at the marketplace for some reason. Okay, what is that dinging sound? Is it the Dwarven settlement? So that's really annoying. Let's upgrade the market. Make sure these are full. Yeah, we've already got our first sewer entrance right next to a tower. Very good. Let's get some veteran guards up here. Because we want they're right next to the marketplace, so it's really worth upgrading them to make sure that they stay good and relevant. Because some Ratman champions, I believe, can spawn from here. So, okay, so let's see what monsters we have floating around. We have some skeletons. I saw a harpy. More skeletons. And we've got our first monster spawners up here. And you'll notice these actually have money as well. So it's probably a dragon already. All right, we got to do it. What can we do about him? Daros is good. Rogues just die. Wizard's Tower. Let's go ahead and get some Wizard's Towers up. Oh, I've got to upgrade that to level 2 before I can build this, don't I? Art. Tell me you have some healing potions. Tell me.
I join
no.
The wild spirit.
Alright, well, let's replace him. Where are our warriors? I can call to arms, which I believe summons them out. Yeah, and they aren't going after this guy. Oh, well, we got one guy after it. He's dead. Come on, guys. It's one dragon. We killed lots in the last mission. Let's get some wizards. I have access to spells now. Anti-magic shield, lightning bolt, invisibility, farsing. Let's lightning the guy. I can't. Oh. Well, we lost a dwarf. We will get this guy eventually. Honest. Let's get some protection rings up in here. Alright, well, while we're doing that, I guess let's get another ballista tower here. I noticed it looks like ballista towers don't increase in cost, but they don't give money anymore. So they've patched that glitch. In the original version of the game, without the patches, these turrets would generate money, and it was so broken. You could build them everywhere, you'd have defense, your town would stay safe. It was fantastic, I mean, you know, especially as a child, because I could beat the game trivially easy just by slowly pushing out with these towers. But it was ridiculous. There we go, there goes the dragon. Now these guys have a lot of money now. If you can click on any of these, and I believe you can see they're carrying around a lot of money. They'll go over here, they'll spend it at these buildings, so we're going to get that money back. Do we have any more dragons or anything? Oh my gosh. Oh boy. 3 dragons. That's even worse.
I join the wild.
Well, if we survive this, our heroes will be really great. Let's get some more buildings down here where it's relatively safe. Let's get a temple to Daros. And more rangers. Because rangers can shoot from afar while somebody is tanking for them. Some of these buildings survive. Oh, that building's gone. Oh, this is not going too well. This is not going well. We've killed one of the dragons. We've almost got another one. This isn't too bad. This is recoverable.
I join the wild.
These rangers will start fleeing because they don't have a home anymore. But we'll get that rebuilt. I think they might also move over here. I don't remember. Alright, so that was fun. You know how I said the dragons wouldn't come at the beginning of the game? Yeah, apparently that was a lie. Just ignore what that. Okay, so now we have some Daros. These guys were really good, if I remember right. They were insanely hard for the opponent to actually hit. And we do get some herbs. Okay. Rangers can brew healing potions. Okay, cool. So these guys, if I remember right, they're weak at the beginning, but once they level up, they just become impossible for the enemy to actually kill, which is, you know, really nice. That's desirable. You don't want these guys dying. Let's go ahead and replace this Rangers Guild. We want a lot of Rangers. I can't anymore. Alright, well. let's go ahead and build another ballista tower then. We're going to focus on staying safe and generating money over time. Because we've burned through all our money. I'm not sure what's going on here. I've never seen that before. Guild is full. Not sure. Maybe we have more warriors than we have homes for? Oh, we got a troll over here. Nah, our guards are taking care of that. This guy will get money because he was around when the guy died, but I think we've lost all of our wizards. No, we got 3 of them. Okay, so these guys, if I build a library, they'll go and study and learn new spells, I believe, which is really good. He's level 4. If I can keep this guy alive, that would be fantastic. Okay, he's got a guy healing him, so he should stay alive. This should just continue indefinitely. I don't think the dragon can do enough damage that this healer won't be able to keep up. Well, we got a graveyard here, so I'm glad we got that ballista tower up, and we did get it built, so it will continue to shoot him. And we're going to just try to get steady here. So I'm going to let this keep playing. I am doing this live. You can probably tell because my commentating quality is significantly worse than last time. But we're just going to try to keep this running in the background, and then... ooh, teleportation ambulance. It's worth saving up the money for that. Okay, we just got it. So, I want to talk a little bit, you might notice that the audio quality might sound a little bit better. I'm still working on that. I'm still trying to find what works with my voice. I have an atypical voice. There's different ways you can speak, and one of them is with a drone. And I have a heavy drone. And if you think about it, there's different components to talking. One is the vibration of the vocal cords, and then the other is the shape of your mouth and the tongue. And for me, my vocal cords, when they vibrate, they drone. It's almost like a bagpipe, where I have this drone that's going on in the background, and then my mouth is changing what words are coming out, but there's this constant drone. And it's been a struggle for me to edit the audio so that comes across sounding good. It's weird because I actually speak with a lot of inflection in my voice, but the microphone, for some reason, that drone just overpowers that. So much so that my wife actually figured out who my sister was, because they both went to the same college, from the way that she talked. She didn't even know what she looked like. She just found her because she knew what I talked like, and so she knew who my sister was. So I speak with a lot of inflection in my voice, but that doesn't always carry across, and I'm working on improving that, and I'm hoping that you guys can tell that the audio quality in these videos is hopefully getting better. If it's not, please let me know, please, because I can change that. I may not go back on over old videos and change it, but I can at least change it for the future and try to get some better sounding audio. I'm still struggling with that and trying to make it sound good, and also at the same time, well, yeah, let's build the inn next to the sewer entrance. I'm also trying to figure out what processing works well with my voice, instead of just relying on just a couple of different settings. I'm trying to tweak an equalization curve so that drone gets toned down a little bit and you can hear my voice a little bit clearer. For some reason, I'm guessing it's the proximity to the microphone. Whereas normally the drone in my voice it's actually quite nice because I can go into a run. Okay. I can go into a room and my voice just can fill the room. Actually, no, I have this wrong. The monks are not the ones that can dodge. I remember the guys that could dodge being really, really, really fast. And I think they take a level 3 palace, now that I think about it, which I should probably just go ahead and do.
I join the wild.
You guys. So I'm trying to figure out what equalizer settings sound good. So if you guys hear a video where my voice sounds better, I'm tweaking the audio, and so each video has a little bit of a different sound to it. I'm still learning what's best, so if you hear one and you're like, no, that's totally better, or this one's totally worse, please let me know, because if you guys are watching these videos and you're just putting up with bad audio, that's not fun for anybody. Let me know so I can fix it. Alright. Let's, we're getting a decent money supply here, but we're still not safe. You'll notice there's still this dragon floating over here. It's ooh. Run! Maybe the healer will go through in time. Alright, sure. Yeah, whack the tower. But here's like a level 8 hero. This guy is fantastic to have in your town because he's just going to do a very good job of keeping you safe. Now, I'm noticing the monsters that are coming down from over here are relatively weak. So let's go back and build that Ranger's Guild again. Oh, we can get a fairgrounds now. Alright. I seem to recall there was some sort of library that you could build for your wizards. Yeah, Lunord, those are the guys that are really, really hard to hit. Royal Gardens, what does this do? Increases loyalty, you generate gold, and your heroes get a boost for visiting there. Okay. Let's build that. Let's go ahead and get some Rangers. Again. Yeah, let's ignore rogues. I was thinking Doros was there's these like berserker guys that have scythes, but I think they're considered evil. In this game and in this universe, there's, I don't remember how many gods, it's like 6 gods, and they hate the god across from them. And so if you, as soon as you build your first temple, that kind of locks you into one kind of which gods you can get. And there's kind of the evil gods, which I believe are Crypta and Fervus, and I don't remember the other one. And then there's the good gods, which are Grayla, Doros, and Helia or Lunord. I think you can only build one of these. Yeah, you can see down there, if you build Lunord, then you can't get Helia or Chrome. Okay, I think Chrome is the guy with the Berserkers. I don't remember what these do. Solari are the really powerful wizards, I think. And then the Lunord are the, like, Drunken Masters or something like that? Adepts. Oh. Yeah, I seem to recall these guys just being really, 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 really good. As they could go up and they could fight, you know, dragons on their own. So let's go ahead and get these guys. Go ahead and get some rangers up here for defense. And, oh, sure enough, here come 3 dragons. Oh, man. I just built those. I don't even want to recruit the hero. It's probably just going to die. But you'll notice that as these heroes level up, they actually become interested in coming and defending on their own. Like this guy, he's hunting. So he's actually going to probably come up here and fight on his own. But I have 3 dragons. Let's go ahead and get a bounty up here. Try to entice our heroes to come and attack the dragon. Now, 1,000 is not that much for a dragon, but I'm hoping somebody comes and tries to deal with it. Believe it or not, despite the fact that there's 3 dragons right outside our doors, these villagers are managing to build this temple, which is just outrageous. They've already killed the Rangers Guild again. I just cannot seem to keep that thing alive, so... Okay, yeah, they're finally killing the peasants. Alright, we may not get that building built. That's okay, we have enough money. Let's go ahead and check and make sure that what buildings we do have are currently full. Wow, we lost this. We don't have very many buildings at all. I didn't build that gazebo either. Alright, get that dwarf back. Let's go ahead and get Lunord down here. Let's see what's coming our way first. Ratmen. Alright, Ratmen are no problem. Especially since we've got a tower right there, it can shoot them. Let's get another warriors. And let's see what's happening up here. Yeah, they destroyed that building. But we're starting to get some people up here. They're starting to, I don't mind them killing houses. It allows me to place my buildings closer to the towers. Let's see what else we can get. This building can't upgrade. Wizard's Tower can. Stone Skin. I don't remember what that does. Get more dwarves. I like the dwarves because they're really tanky, and I have healers, so, you know. Okay, but we're actually doing decently well. Believe it or not, that dragon's going to die in a moment. He really is. Let's go ahead and just fry this one. Why can't I not cast on them? I can cast on that one. But I can't. Oh! If I remember right, you have to be within range of either the Wizard's Guild or one of the Wizard's Towers. That's right, and I don't remember if you could see it. But when you go to build, I think, it shows you what your current range is. Is it in the options real quick? Let's take a look. Just levels. No. Oh wow, thanks. I don't remember. There used to be some sort of overlay you could turn on that would let you see where your magic range was. So if I build this, does it show me? Yeah, and you have to like crawl with your turrets. I remember that. Yeah. All right, let's go do that. We lost one of our dwarven turrets. Let's build another one right near this Royal Gardens. Just because that'll help keep it alive, and that right at the moment, that's kind of extended. And eventually we can sell these buildings and put other buildings there. Well, let's build an inn, because inns are cheap and generate money. Yeah, there's the library. I don't know why I didn't see that before. Is there anywhere we can cram that in over here? Yeah, fantastic. Okay, because we want them to be relatively safe, because they are incredibly weak. So I don't want the library out in the front where they come out of the building and there's a dragon, and then, you know, just... Fantastic. Broken sewer main right next to the inn. You guys might want to fix that, you know? It doesn't generate much money. Okay, so... In addition to trying to figure out the audio quality, and I do hope that this video sounds a little bit better, but in addition... Ooh, we can get paladins. That's what was going on up there. Okay. We're also getting some secondary buildings here. Anyway, in addition to... improving audio, I'm kind of pleased with the way that the $5 Friday is turning out. We're getting some pretty good games there. We got 90% off on 2 games this week. Again, the best place to find out about that is on the Twitter. I don't typically post up much on that. Right now, the only thing going up there is the $5 Friday. Oh, he didn't last long. Let's go ahead and get some more paladins. I don't know where these paladins... Oh. Apparently the paladins are just dying outright, which is a little unfortunate, but... we're still trying to just get secure here. Anyway. Let's get some more spells for the wizards. I just wanted to mention this week it's going to not be $5. And that might be somewhat confusing. But that's because there was a very good deal on Supreme Commander. And Supreme Commander is an old favorite of mine. It's a game that I've enjoyed a lot. And it's particularly the Forged Alliance. And if you don't know, and you actually have that game, the developers closed their doors and shuttered and is no more. So the servers went down. But there is an amazingly good client called Forged Alliance Forever that has multiplayer lobbies, it has ELO ratings, it has mods built into it, it has replays built into it, and all of this just works really well. It has its own community just built up around it, and I highly, highly, highly recommend that if you enjoyed that game, getting involved with that. Going back and taking a look at it, because while it's an older game, we've had nothing that equals Forged Alliance. Not Planetary Annihilation, not, in my opinion, anyway, not Planetary Annihilation, or what's that game that's Ashes of the Singularity. I know people kind of bill it as one of those games. I've played Ashes of the Singularity, it's fun, it's not Supreme Commander. And as much as people like to say, you know, well, there's Supreme Commander 2, I do think that Supreme Commander 2 solved some of the problems that were present with Supreme Commander 1. I don't think that it's the same game. In my opinion, there's nothing really wrong with Supreme Commander, but it is not the same game. It plays different, the strategies are different, it's just different. If you don't know, Supreme Commander's game has no tech tree. The base game doesn't. The second one does. The base game has no tech tree, and you do all of your teching by upgrading buildings, slowly improving, upgrading your factory so you can build better engineers, so you can build better buildings. And so what this allows you to do is, rather than having some building and slowly generating research points or something like that, you can build up your economy in a certain area, tech up in a certain area, and you can create these little like proxy bases and stuff, and there's nothing that's stopping the other side though from coming in and say bombing your Tech 3 factory, which is the top tech, and setting you back, and you have to reestablish that tech. And at the same time, you know, as the game progresses, you might invest in super units early, because you can. You don't have to get these technologies and things like that you've researched all along the way. You could build one relatively early, even if you're in some disadvantageous position, or perhaps you're playing a team game and you're behind your allies. Then you can invest in teching up and in getting better things. That's not research-based, and it's very fantastic. I would recommend going and looking at that, watching some casts of that. I personally do. I love to listen to Guile. That's his name, just Gyle. Guile. He does these casts of Supreme Commander, and he does a fantastic job. Love listening to that guy. He has a great voice and a great sense of humor, and he does. My personal favorites are some of the epics. Those are games that go over an hour, and they're these huge, sprawling battles. And they're really fantastic to watch. They're fun to watch. They usually have some crazy shenanigans going on. People building these bases in other people's bases, or sneaking these engineers down to build super units in the guy's base. I saw one where they took these support commanders down, and they had this upgrade on them that when they died, they built things around them very quickly. And so they went down, they started this super unit, and then he just destroyed all of them, and they built this super unit right in the other guy's base. It was fantastic. Some of the super weapons in that game are just absolutely game-ending. That if one team gets it, it's just, I mean, there's basically something in there that allows you to have infinite resources, for instance, or launch nuclear strikes incredibly fast, and takes multiple anti-nukes to shoot down and all that. And they do these incredibly huge investments in the economically. But as long as the other team is scouting and they can spot it, then there's this huge race to see if one team can build it before the other team can destroy it. And if they do, then what did the other team have to expend to be able to take it out? And it's very interesting. Love watching it. Highly recommended. So that game was on sale for $3.50, and so I counted that toward the $5. I'm not really including it in the series, both because it would take way too long to show off and teach you guys how to play it, although we might go do that for a regular video, but not on a $5 Friday. And also because I try to focus more on the AA and single A games that are out there. So games that are either made by large studio or small studios, but published perhaps by a large studio. Or I try to focus on the true indie games. Those games that are made by, you know, one or two guys, maybe a couple more. And I try to focus on those because those are the games getting less coverage. Those are the games that you can get those hidden gems with that people don't know about. So that we actually have that this week. There's a game, Ravenloft, I believe? Raisinroth. That we'll be covering on $5 Friday, and made by 3 guys. You know, good job, guys. This is their second game. Arson is another one. Arson Games, you know, they're typically a small team. At times they've had large teams, but they're back down to being a small team again, which is unfortunate to hear. They aren't doing well financially. Their latest game, Starward Rogue, is their best rated game, but their worst selling, which is tragic to hear. Well, we lost all our dwarves. Because I really like Arson Games. I think they're very imaginative. I think that they're very, very creative. They're not afraid to tackle things that other people don't want to tackle. They're very unusual games. We got another dragon, I think. Is it the triple? No. All right, let's go up here and try to take out some of these buildings. Let's offer 1,000 gold to go take out that building. Okay, then let's go ahead and just get a lot of heroes now. So I think it's a shame that Arson isn't doing well. There's one game that they're working on. It's a 4X game, but Arson games aren't normal games. They work entirely different. And it looked really, really interesting. It was Stars Beyond Reach, I believe. And it's on Steam, and it was supposed to come out last year, but they just couldn't seem to quite get it right. And I think it's a shame that we may not see that game if they can't get the finances to finish it. They've put a ton of work into it, but they had to stop working on it. They put out Starward Rogue. It was kind of a gamble, and the gamble hasn't paid off. The game is good. People like it. They've reviewed it well, but it's not selling. So And that's a big risk with indie gaming, is if people don't find out about your game, or they don't, you don't quite get the coverage that you might need to get the audience that you need, then you literally just might never be able to recover the investment that you spent on a game. And that's not fun. That's really not fun. Let's go ahead and expand here. I'm just gonna build a lot of these ballista towers because we have the money. We have 4,000 at the moment, and why not? Eventually we're gonna get more dragons, so let's just build out. Try to establish kind of a front line here that we can build behind, build up, and then get a lot of heroes, and then we'll try to destroy some of these. Oh, would help if I had the money for it. Yep, so here we go. We're trying to destroy this building. Now, when it dies, I believe a whole bunch of monsters come out. So we're going to want to just go ahead and destroy these as quickly as we can, just to try to eliminate some of these monsters. I mean, you look up here, there's a lot of monsters out here. And then also that will help us, because that's ultimately our goal, is to kill these off. Alright, so that's most of what I wanted to talk about this week. And we're doing pretty well here. We've gotten established, and we still have some annoyances here, like these buildings that we can't destroy, and they just spawn monsters, but, you know, we can live with that. Let's see if we can't get some of our spells down here. We've got some spells that make people fast. We've got... Where are you guys going? Fleeing in terror. From what? Visiting a gazebo. You guys are useless. Alright, so... Are you out of range of that? Where's our magic tower? Right here. Okay, so... I think we can build another. We can slowly creep our magic reach. Our Mages Guild's reach. Down here. Does that automatically increase my reach, or do I have to wait for it to be done? Good enough. Now, I have no idea how long it takes these to regenerate. No idea. But... Alright, well that's basically all not content, but what I wanted to talk about this week. So, and we're at half an hour, so I think this is a reasonable spot to finish, and next week we'll come back and we'll go ahead and wrap this up. We'll push out, we'll take out these buildings, or maybe not, maybe we'll play something else. I don't know, we'll see next week. It may not be that interesting to push out and destroy these buildings, so we may pick something else. I'll give it a recording, and if it turns out boring, then I'll play something else and talk to you guys twice. You guys just won't hear it once. Alright, folks. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.